Hello, Dave here. What a beautiful place in front of us here. Medine Road Cemetery. That's in Scarborough. It's a lovely cemetery that has a chapel. And most importantly, what I find really amazing in a lot of these cemeteries are the little tiny gatehouses. Very small, definitely mud flood building. There's not a great deal to see, really, around this side, but what I just want to show you is that part there. That part there would be the entrance to your low levels, I would think. That's where you'll be able to get down. See, these, they call them cellars now, but these places, the bottom floor that's now below ground, once opened up out on the street. You know, there's some inexplicable reason why everything's rose up 10 foot, the mud wise, floor wise. But anyway, it's one of those places where it's not just one, but it has two lovely gatehouses. And this one, it's exactly the same. There's a couple of dead giveaway clues, really. Just cross over. With these buildings, they're blocked up on here. Telltale sign. Usually, them slits are open. They're being bricked up for some reason. Even right down to tiny little one there above the door. We also have figureheads either side the door. Looks like lions, actually. And just the other little thing that I just want to point out before we go up to that big beastie there, if I can, just come round here a bit. Lovely little dugout around here. But it's not that. This is one of the things. These things here, these buttresses, have a practical use. What I don't know, but me and my friend Laura have been talking a lot about these. But if you see, most churches, these things go up to the roof. So people claim that the roof supports, but that one doesn't. Goes nowhere. Serves no purpose at all. For a small building like this, you don't need huge bloody supports like that on the wall. So I can't really get around the back of this one. I've had a look. So anyhow, I'm gonna move back off to the church over there. I'll see you in a bit. What a lovely sight, and so sad to see that it's no longer in use. I don't think it's been in use for a while, but really these buildings are very common right away across the country in cemeteries, and I've always wondered the reason why. You know, why is it necessary to put the amount of churches you have in town and that? Why would you need a chapel in the centre of the graveyard? The other thing I just want to point out, for a simple chapel, cemetery chapel, you know, the money that's gone into the decor of this place, you know. See, here we go. It's another one of these support walls, as I call them. out in there to see. But really begs the question, what they're for, you know. They will have had a practical use once over. Just have a quick look around. There's nothing that spectacular about this one, but it is beautiful, you know, for a chapel that's in a churchyard. Right, just have a little walk around the side. Strange the bottom section being open like that. Never seen that before. So sad to see. You know, such splendid buildings. Why don't the council spend a few quid on them? More figureheads. That's another one. Nobody will focus that one. Again, the beautiful heads. Fascinate me, they do. And something I've just talked about. These slits usually, when they're open, that one's being bricked up, they only usually go as far as the cavity wall. They don't usually go right through the building. So I'll move round a bit. I'm not really one for, you know, graveyards and looking at graves, but oh, here we go. Copper, there's another one of them little support walls tucked in there. So if it's a bit shaky, they're everywhere. The spire's long been removed. Will have been one. It was first built. Right, I'll move around the side a bit. Get past these workmen.
Stuff in here, mate. It's amazing films inside.
Got to ask her, is there a basement?
A basement, no. And you can't even get a ladder to get to that. There's no way into that building up there, apart through ladders. Come in and have a look, mate. Just watch what you step in. Just go in and take some pictures if you want, pal.
Bloody hell, inside the place now. I've just been asking the chap there, they can't get down anyway, there's no way down into the cellar. They can't even get in to the top of the place. It's so sad to see. Such a derelict building, when there's so much that could be done with it. It's it's so sad just to see it used as a storage place. But I mean, it's the same right up and down the country with these places, you know. Beautiful carvings, or castings, just left to wreck and ruin, really. There's not a great deal I can see in here, but you know, I'll just stick my head in this side. Really, the chap's been so helpful. Something you can't see, I don't think. No, but you've got your red and black checkerboard floor here as well. Pretty big cages there for some reason or another. So anyway, first time I've ever been in one of these chapels, cemetery chapels. You know, I couldn't have come to this place at a better time. Wow. Wow, and chuffing, wow, hang on. Grab that one there, just to show you. And that one there. But what I've just spotted, look at that beastie. And when you come across, looks like a bloody nasty pig. That is crazy, man. Now if I missed them first time round, but if I can over, oh shit, I'm knocking everything about there. If I can over this side, can't see that very well, it's another lion. Very burnt. I've noticed that. It's would possibly been a fire in here once over. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Right, I'm going to head off back out there. Right, back outside now. You know, just a couple of little observations, you know, with these support walls that aren't support walls. This is the apex. You know, it's 5.5 foot off the ground. You know, the roof proportions and everything are wrong for a building that's only one level like this. And as I was saying, I've talked to the chap, and the amount of stuff and rubbish they've got in there, I mean, if there's any wooden panels or out to get below, you wouldn't find them anywhere. There's that much shit in there. But even up the top where the spire is, all that's been locked off to them, they can't get up there. These things are beautiful as well. I know I keep saying it. Repeating myself, you know. Everywhere. And even the tiniest of windows. Don't know what that one is. Oh, that one. Badly smashed. You know, the proportions of the building don't make sense. But I'll just move out a bit and get back around this side to where we just started off from, really. So far this Dean Road cemeteries turned out to be good. You know, we've just come from that way. A beautiful building, gatehouse. Then you have the one there, big chapel behind me. Same storylines it always is, one half a Protestant, the other half a Catholic. And quite surprisingly, this one, 1983 I think the last time it was used. Not like a lot of the ones up north when they were decommissioned in the 60s. So what I intend to do, I'm not one for looking at gravestones because they don't really interest me that much. Not unless I come to any mausoleums or anything. So I'll switch off for now and catch you at the other end. Yeah, we've just come to the roundabout in the centre of the graveyard. It's all these obelisks. There's absolutely loads of them, but there's a memorial here. I won't be reading it out. It's just really interesting, the details. No details spared, really. Yeah, I have trouble looking through and trying to read at the same time. But I will take a few still pictures of this, so the details beautiful. They're just cast panels, like they're not. You know, there's not a stonemason being spent hundreds of hours on it. It's quite strange. Totally blank that side. Maybe wait for a new family member, eh? There's another little angel up there, look, or wherever she is. Yeah, just a strange little one, that. It's, oh shit, I'm kicking the daffodils over now. Yeah, 1896 is that? 77 years. You know, no expense spared with some of them. Cracking. You know, I'd be here all day trying to read them all out. There's another one that's really caught me eye there, just in between the trees, look. You know, that looks like ornamentation off the top of a bloody church, actually. I'm going to have a closer look at that. It's been repaired there. At least it's good to see most of the headstones standing here. Not so long back being in a burial ground in Scotland where everything is just flattened, obliterated. Oh wow. Let's come round this side in the light a bit. They're beautiful. Strange, this looks like bloody slug trails up there. 3 dots there. 4 holes there. Yeah, pretty cool. No graveyard's complete without a few hundred of them kicking about in it. Yeah. Yeah, the big boys club that we aren't a member of. Just see if I can get another face on this. Crazy, man. The thing I found with this graveyard, which sometimes they're not, and that's the lads and the workmen are really friendly. sometimes you get a bit of, or I've get a bit of bloody aggravation, or I have done in the past. I think it must be the way I look. Anyhow, what I'm going to attempt to do is, if I move out, I can't really. Yeah, if I just move along a bit, trampling over all these graves. There is a doorway, archway, down there to get out somewhere. Yeah, it's definitely a straight. There's another one being repaired. Do not very often see that. Right, I'll head off out that way. Catch you in a... Right, we'll leave this part of the graveyard and off into the manor house graveyard. I want to be up on that road there. I can't get up there. So I'll have to go down there and see what's on the other side. Right, I'm just through the other side of that tunnel now that we've just come through. It's strange this, the amount of different levels it's on. I don't know whether it's because you're in a bit of a valley here, but totally different feeling to the graveyard I've just come from. So many different levels. It's quite sad actually, because where I want to be is somewhere up there. But I'll just have to have a wander around, see if I can get out somewhere. All these are taking me down, these roads. I don't think there's out major here. It's all a little bit overgrown and smashed up. You know, there's just gravestones shattered everywhere. Only a little angel there that's had her hand snapped off. Just smashed up and left. You know, these things don't fall off by themselves, I'm sure. Anyway, we'll move around a bit. One of the things that I've just noticed is moving along here, I know that the stream actually runs right through the centre of this place. So with us being on the lowest level where I'm stood now, I wonder if it'll be somewhere below us. But that's not the thing. I mean, we're down in the valley here. I can't see there being a tremendous amount of wind. You know, but there's so many of these being smashed. I mean, possibly a lot of them are, you know, a little bit of work standing back up, but then you come into health and safety and that shit, don't you, these days? So you can't win, I don't suppose. But all the way, all these look as if they've had some sort of decoration, tallish decoration. Well, that one's had a cross there as part of it, but they're all missing, or most of them are. I'm totally lost, because where I want to be is, God knows, it's right up there somewhere. Just maybe not get there today, maybe not meant to be. But yeah, it's the same here, bust up all over. You know, I've just forgotten about Aslan, my friend, you know, quite often points out something I've learned about the 100-year maritime law rule. That basically after 100 years, these can be, you know, discarded, done what they want with. No legal obligation for anyone to keep them, I don't suppose, or look after them. Like I was saying about the possible stream, that's one hell of a manhole cover. But even right away along the hedge there, all bust. Everyone. That looks an old bridge as well. I think if I could get my ass up the top of there somehow, that's where I want to be. But anyhow, I'll walk along a bit further and see what I can see. Just along a bit further here, and it seems to be the theme. You know, the bust. And that's another thing. You know, the bloody tombs and up in all the bracken, and beats me how they can get a bloody body in there. You know, I mean, the very, very thin ledges in the middle of sort of a huge amount of scrub. I know that wasn't there when they buried the people, but right way along, all smashed. Right, let's find out how to get out of this place. I finally found my way out the cemetery. Just on the edge of the cemetery. This is one of the buildings I wanted to come and have a look at, because I think this is still part and remnant of the big estate that was up here. I've just had a walk through Manor House graveyard, right through the centre where the stream's piped off, you know, and it's just at the bottom of this, below it. When you actually see the back from the cemetery side, you know, God knows how far this goes down. But it is, it's see how far you can go down. You can actually see. Beautiful windows. A little singular bell. I'm not sure who lives in here or who it belongs to. Don't think I'll be able to get in around the sides. Here we go. That's the build date, I don't believe for 1 minute. To the back end of the what I call the dodgy Victorian timeline. Pretty plain. Evidently this is the house, the little thing I've just shown you with the date on, that's the house that goes with the chapel. It's not a bad living if you can get it in it. Don't know whether I'll be able to... Oh yeah, I think the path will take me right round the side. Oh yeah, this is wicked. It's even better. Huge doorway. Again, the arch does not look proportionate. But as you can see, it does actually go down more than what we can see here. Definitely what I would call a pre-reset building, built before the 1800s. Angular bell. I don't know what the focus is like on that. This is another way into the cemetery. I've just come out of this one. That's the bridge. I'm going over the top of it now, the other direction. Getting. You can't see. Oh yes you can, to a certain extent. Oh shit, can I go down there? Yeah. See, just through there. That's a good 12-14 foot below the house. So just switch off a sec until I get to the bottom. Right, a bit further on now. See, that's where your fence is your street level outside, the front of the house. Then you have this here, and it actually goes down even further down there. But let's have a look, see what we're seeing here. I don't think there'll be much to see, but we'll have a look anyway. Oh well, really weird. Doorway going off there. One there. There's one there. And there's another hole there. And a dirty great padlock. Might as well just go down the final bit. See if there's anything else we can see around here. No, we're back to the fence and back going outside again. So that's the wonderful little chapel and gatehouse. I suppose I better wander back up that way and see what else I can find. Catch you later. I'm just about to leave the cemetery, or this part of it anyway, and I've come across this building. Don't know what it is. There's no visible path around it, so I'll have to have a look. I think it's been tarted up, the brickwork, but it's definitely an old world building, I think. Soon tell you when I get on the side. Oh, hang on. Beat my neck going down here. Here we go. Definitely. Wow. I think, judging by the building rubble under my feet, there's been a whole lot more here once over. Look at that stunner. I do actually think, now that we're going to be crossing over the road shortly and going into the Manor cemetery, and I do believe that these buildings are from the period in time, medieval manner. I'd say prior to 1800s, that's what I'll say. You know, I know that if you read up, it'll tell you these buildings usually between 1850, 1910. It's what I call a dodgy Victorian time. It's where the Victorians claim to have built so much, but when you go looking for the evidence, as I do quite often, you can't find it. So you've got these buttresses that have nothing to do with the integrity, the strength of the building. You don't need them to keep the building upright or to keep the roof on. Me and my friend Lorna, we've been poring over these graveyards for the last few weeks now, because with me being an alternative history channel, you know, there's always a lot more to these buildings than what we're actually told. So anyway, that was, I might be able to get the front of this when I go out onto the road, if I can get back out of this place. So, I'm talking about bad weathered, well worn. Right, I've got to go and try and get out that way somehow. So I'll wander off up this way and I'll catch you on the other side. Well, I did manage to get round the other side of this place. There's not that much more to see around here. Tiny little building. You can already see out the back it goes down further than this. Little tiny buttresses. Tiny windows. And what the hell is that thing? I'd love to know what it's for. What was its original use? What's the purpose of it? How to do with the heating or ventilation? Who knows? Well, there will be people that know. Just they're not telling us. The other thing clearly once over with these graveyards, there's two of them. There's Dean Road. I forgot the Manor. But first of all, they're all enclosed in huge bloody walls. And they're all walls that have had heavy duty railings round it sometime. And you've even got a turnstile there to get in and out. No visible path from that turnstile, that's disappeared long ago. But yeah, so I was quite pleased to get on the other side of this. I don't think there's much else to show you on this. I think we're running out of cemetery. Well, we aren't, but it's not the type of graves that interest me that's in there. These bad boys that interest me. Quite a statement piece, aren't they, really? Right, I'm going to head off down that way to the North Bay attractions. Catch you later. Bye.